And so I was looking for videos to react to, and I was like, well, let's go with some classic, classic style video. So I decided to look up Dr. Phil and see what the almighty YouTube would bring my way. And I saw this video, and I was quite intrigued of a teenage high school dropout describes her bright future. So let's go ahead and see what this future pertains to. Let's get into it.
So tell me about your bright future. Describe it for me and how it's going to unfold.
I'm going to school so I can get my GED, and it counts just as much as a high school diploma.
It does, but jobs preferably look for a high school diploma. Same for colleges. They look for a high school diploma over a GED, even though they have an equal status in terms. Businesses and colleges prefer to have, you know, high school diploma, such as I do. So try not to get your GED, other known as good enough diploma, as I like to call it.
And
And
then
I thought you said high school was stupid.
it is, but you do have to get some sort of education, or else you're nothing. You won't ever get a job. You can't do anything. And I'm
to a certain point, that is correct, but just because you don't have there's a difference between knowledge and education. You can have a diploma from fucking Yale or like MIT, yet not have basic knowledge upon other things and such. So it's half true, half not in the statement that she just made. But like, come on, you gotta you can't throw people that don't have an education on the bus. That
planning on going to college for cosmetology and crime scene investigation. But we don't get to know that because we're not in her bubble. Why is that funny? Like, that's a professional thing to do.
well, I mean, keeping people out of the loop isn't exactly a professional thing to do. Um, but you know what? Hey, to each their own. How they handle things.
They're not a part of my life. They're not going to be a part of my future. My dad is. That one over there is not.
Oh shoot, she just dropped the bomb on. Or I think that was her stepdad. I'm gonna make the assumption, or that was her actual dad, and then the mother. But I don't know why these people on Dr. Phil, they come on here dissing their own family. See, I come from an English Italian household. Family is key. If I was to say that to my parents, I would get the lechonka, and that would be it. I would get my ass kicked if I to diss my family such as that.
Because she's a psychopath, and I honestly wish she would be locked away.
Aren't we all a bit of psychopath from time to time? You can't blame your ma for, look at what she's having to deal with, ignorance and disrespectful kid. It's God. Hopefully, when I grow up and have kids, they don't end up on the fucking Dr. Phil show. I pray to you, Almighty Lord, for this not to happen. I'm gonna raise them right.
Throw away the key. Never come back ever again.
Yeah. What is a psychopath?
She's ruined my life for the
Well,
past
we need to
6.
define psychopath.
Okay,
You said she's a
psychopath
psychopath.
is she's constantly
I don't mean her. Just what you said she's a psychopath.
Okay,
Define psychopath for me.
is you mentally cannot think straight, you mentally do not think your age, and you have
Okay, guys, let's look up the Webster's dictionary definition of of fucking of psychopath. I would pull it up on my computer, but I don't feel like tapping it out. So I'm just gonna read it off of the wiki. Psychopathy, sometimes considered a synonym with sociopathy. They're two different things, by the way. They're not the same. They're similar on certain points and exact. I'm not a psychologist or neurologist, so I don't get into all that shit. Is traditionally a personality disorder characterized by persistent antisocial behavior, impaired empathy, so a lack of empathy, and remorse, and bold, disinhibited, and egotistical traits. So if you have someone who's extremely unempathetical to people, They only think about themselves in such of a egotistical, narcissistic way. That classifies as a psychopath. So let's go on.
Like, you just don't think right. You don't think like a normal human would. You don't have a thought process.
That's also incorrect. People who people that have psychopathy. Yeah. But anyways, back to that whole thing. Psychopathy does not mess with the cognitive and how you think. It changes how you behave in especially social environments. Um, Typically, people with people that are psychopathies, sometimes they will either manipulate and such, but they think a bit closely more to the average neurotypical person. But let's get on with this.
Interesting. Well, that's not what psychopath means at all. But
Okay, then
They, Thank you, Dr. Phil, my good friend. Fuck. Yeah. See, Dr. Phil he has this thing called a doctorate lady. He went to school for 8 years, probably 9 or 10 if you counting other forms of what's it called? What's the word? After graduate and such like that. So he knows what he's doing. So don't even try and what's the word? Battle his authority and statement on this. You're just gonna make yourself look like an idiot.
since I know that's what you love to do is
but I think what you're saying is you two don't connect. You don't have a relationship with her. She doesn't understand you.
I don't want to have a relationship. I want nothing to do with her. You know, but last night you wanted me to come over and rub on your legs and do things. Yeah, because I want you to do things for me.
Ooh, now that's something of a psychopathic behavior, sociopathic behavior. Trying to play the card as you only want something in return, yet to not put anything in, to manipulate others and have the lack of empathy. She is showing more psychopathic tendencies within this video than the mother probably actually does. So let's continue. And look at the look on this lady's face. She's like, oh shit, she done fucked up. Fucking flabbergasted over here.
The situation is normal.
So you say you skipped every day when repeating the ninth grade.
I skip school all the time.
Once again, kids, don't skip school because fucking truancy, and you can go to your parents and yourself can go to jail for that. It's a fucking. I'm not sure if it's a felony. It might be. I'm not sure. Once again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't get into the exact things of legal matters. I'm just someone who's trying to make a YouTube semi-career, just doing this for fun. I'm going to school for history though, so that's my expertise.
Irrelevant for me. Besides, like, as soon as I get my GED, I can start my life because I'm already an adult. I've been an adult since I was little. I've had to.
That is also another invalid statement. Being an adult in the terms of legality would be 18. Now, I think the word she was looking for was mature. If she's referring to the fact that she's been doing stuff on her own for the quite of some time. In that case, that's the proper terminology for that. But let's continue.
Everything for myself.
I haven't done anything for you at all.
No, you don't do anything.
What?
Nanny and Papa do stuff for me. They have bought me everything. You didn't even buy me a car.
Okay?
Once again, you're upset because I'm assuming this is a stepfather or a real father. I'm not 100% sure. But buying a car, that's not something you think. What's the word? That's not something that's just essentially given to you. You know, you should be happy that you have a house to live under. Your parents don't have the God-given right to buy you a car. That's an optional thing parents can decide to do. And from the looks of your attitude, girl, you do not deserve a car. Treating your parents like that, some piece of gum on the sidewalk. You should be ashamed of yourself. And doing a little windmill snap.
What else? But I don't do anything else for you.
And you think you should be entitled to have this car anyway. And because you. Oh my god.
Preach it, lady. That's gonna end the rest of the video. You guys have a lovely, lovely day. Remember, don't do drugs. Stay in school. And do your homework. Peace.